All right, well, we'd like to welcome everybody tonight. It's been an interesting last 24 hours for a lot of us. And so I think having this opportunity to get together and have this concert and spend time together and have electricity and all those kinds of things make for a good night. So we really appreciate you all being here. I wanted to come out and just introduce for our first song. We've been lucky this semester to have a great student teacher with us. And he was actually able to be here a little bit during marching and then join in the second half of the semester and go through this whole concert cycle and be able to work with all the bands. He graduated last Saturday with his degree, so he's officially a mister? I don't know. But I'd like to introduce our student teacher to open the concert tonight, Mr. Leighton Stenkamp. Okay, our next song for the evening is a piece called Air for Band by Frank Erickson. It was written in the mid-50s. And it's one of those standard band pieces that most anybody who's done band has played this at one point. It's done by professional and military groups, it's done by colleges, it's done by high schools, sometimes middle school. It really challenges a band because their sound has to be amazing. They have to be in tune. They have to balance their sound. It's an awesome piece for teaching all those nuanced musicianship moments that we want to be able to showcase here in a couple months across the state. So, our next piece, we're going to slow it down from the Paso Doble and go to Air for Band by Frank Erickson. Okay, now for a little change of tempo. Our next piece is Mi Vecino, translates to my neighbor. This was actually a commission piece for this Inspire program that promotes music, great music, for bands around the country. Michelle Fernandez is a great composer, does a lot of great jazz pieces, also does some great band pieces, and there's always an influence of her Cuban heritage. And this song meant a lot to her. She wanted to share it out, and it has some really unique things that we'll talk about. But I thought it was really fitting when I was sitting at home this afternoon typing emails and doing all that. In the last 24 hours, I've seen so many neighbors helping each other. When I went out and just looked outside, we had neighbors helping cut branches and get them out of the road. We had people helping get fences put back up. We had people bringing food, getting supplies for people that a car under, all these things happening. And I thought, how fitting that we're doing this song that celebrates our neighbors, whether they live next to us, work next to us, whatever. So this also has the aspect of improvisation, which we don't get in a lot of concert band pieces, but why the heck not? So you're going to hear 3 soloists through this. You're going to hear Jaden on trombone, you'll hear Riley on clarinet, and Noah on trumpet. And their solos tonight, first time ever you'll hear them. Every time they're different, it's pure improvisation as the band accompanies them. So we'll bring up the tempo a little bit, have a little fun, don't be afraid to move around a little bit with the music if you're inspired to do so. Here's Mi Vecino. All right, before I introduce the Cadet Band's last number, I just want to highlight, after this couple weeks off, we jumped in full force with these guys. All of them will be doing honor band auditions in January when they get back. That's a thing we do in conjunction with Central, and they get to do a concert, and those chosen for the honor band, we're bringing in the director of bands at the University of Wyoming is going to come in and be their clinician. And it'll be a great opportunity. Also, there's quite a few freshmen that are trying out for all-state band, and that'll be against the entire state, 9 through 12. And that's exciting that they're inspired to want to do that. It's a big undertaking, and we're proud of them for that. In February, if you just so happen to be in Brookings on Valentine's Day, where else would you want to be? 10 o'clock, February 14th at SDSU in the Oscar Larson Performing Hall, this band will be performing for the South Dakota Music In-Service Convention. It's a very prestigious honor to be invited, and not an easy thing to do, and we're excited to showcase what Stephen's music can do. What we're given to the state, those people out there have no idea what they're about to hear. So, like I said, grab a sweetie, come to Brookings in February, tropical. All right, so before we turn the stage over to the concert band, we have one more number. This is by young composer Gerard Hall. He actually did our marching band music, not this year, but the year before. He's a big up-and-coming composer coming out of Texas, low brass guy. Write some fun stuff, and it's the holiday season, we gotta do something. So here, you'll recognize a few themes through this, but it's a little funkified. So here is You Better Slay.
Good evening. Thanks for attending our concert this evening. Concert band's first piece was Noble Gestures. This piece featured our awesome percussion section as they led the way through this exciting regal work brought to us by Gary Gilroy. That one gets me pumped up. I'm out of breath and I just started. Man, nice job, concert band. All right, our next tune is going to be conducted by our student teacher, Layton Stedkamp. It's been such a great joy to have him working with us here this semester. So, Mr. Stedkamp's going to come out for her next tune.
Hello? I was told a couple minutes ago that I should probably say something, so here I go. Alright. It's been such a great pleasure getting to work with these talented group of kids and the freshman group and also the symphonic group. And I also want to thank Mr. George Dragoo and Mr. Jordan Seidel for accepting me into this school and letting me work with their children and their students and whatnot. So thank you guys. Thanks for coming to the concert too. Our next tune is On Wings of Angels by Barry Milner.
Mars, the Bringer of War, is the first installment of The Planets, a 7-movement suite for orchestra composed between 1914 and 1960 by famed British composer Gustav Holst. This adaptation for concert band focuses on the main themes of the work and evokes feelings from the intrepid to the serene. Please enjoy the concert band's performance of Mars from The Planets. I need to give a big shout out to everybody here today. I'm sure some of you took some damage within the last 24 hours. Some of you might still not have power, and you made it here. You got these kids here. These kids made it here, and I appreciate that so much. The power of music can help so many things. Property damage is not one of them. But getting here and being able to share a moment like this is very special. And I'm so thankful that we were able to have this tonight, that you were all here to join us, and that all the students made it here. Their one rehearsal on stage was about an hour and a half ago. So shout out to them for showing up early to get their one run through on stage. Gustav Holst, and Mars in particular, has been referenced as the godfather of metal and cited as an inspiration for early metal pioneers such as Black Sabbath and Diamond Head. As we travel through the next century of musical evolution, metal has shown itself in holiday music by the likes of Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Brian Baum just took influence from the aforementioned and his composition of Metal Bell Carol. This piece blends holiday standards, Ukrainian bell carol, and We Three Kings with some original metal influence. We will feature one of our resident metalheads, Brandon Antonio, as we wrap up our portion of the concert with Metal Bell Carol.